Hi, people! Welcome to Pause Please Season 2, Episode 5. We are in the middle of Central Texas in a freeze warning. We have been frozen for about 4 days. Nobody has left their house since Friday night. I don't even know what day it is. It's not Monday, but it's sometime the following week. So we are here checking in with everybody. I hope you ladies are thawing out.
Yes,
You
thank
survived?
God.
Good.
Ice-mageddon 2026, as my son put it. Yeah, I'm not made for this. Definitely wasn't built for this.
Thanks for checking in with us, Dana. For sure. We totally need some checking in during this snowstorm, ice storm that we've got going on here. But things are looking much better.
I think we're going to thaw out in the next day or so.
Yeah, for sure. So we hope that if you all are affected out there, that you're hanging in there and doing the best you can, staying warm and dry and healthy.
I know we have a great topic for everybody. I would like to report out, if you listened to the last episode about my dryer saga, it is working phenomenally. It is drying all the clothes. It is venting to the right place. Oh my gosh, fantastic. So thank you very much.
I'm glad to hear that all things are working, and I hope that all things are working with our health as well. This is a great opportunity for us to check in, see how we're doing in our menopause midlife journey here, find out from one another how things have changed, how we're adjusting, if we're experiencing improvements, or what our battles may be, and also a discussion on advocating for ourselves and our health. I've had a couple of hiccups with some of the medication that I've been taking. I continue to work with my primary provider, and I'm also working with a nurse practitioner with MIDI Health, and that's been a really great blessing for me. But in maybe the last 2 months or so, as I mentioned, I experienced a little bit of a hiccup, and so I had to adjust my medication. And in doing so, my hot flashes came back with a vengeance. It was like starting from the beginning, and I was feeling so awful. I was desperate.
Have you been sleeping outside? Have you been have all the windows open this week?
Pretty close. It's cold here. It's what, in the teens, although we have the heater on, it's at the lowest temperature that I can possibly.
She's just walking around in a tank top and flip-flops.
My goodness, it is crazy.
Gosh, Sheila, sounds like you're talking about, so your hormones, you thought you had them kind of managed and under control, and then you're having to make an adjustment and start from scratch. That sounds rough.
I had to stop with the hormone patch for a little bit because I was working with my providers to work through some things. And I've since been back onto the patch, but it's taking a minute to get back on track and to alleviate these symptoms. There have been so many ups and downs. And just when you think that you've got a grasp on things and that you've got your health in check, I mean, something happens, something, you have to address. And it was a really tough time. I'm still having a tough time with it, adjusting. But I wanted to mention it to you ladies because I don't know who else out there may be experiencing this thing. So I wanted to talk about that with the both of you.
Are you feeling, Sheila, like you are getting good care? Like your providers are either working together or whoever you're working with is really listening to you and helping you?
For the most part, yes. With my general practitioner at my usual office, there was actually a new person that I started talking to, and it was only because the person who I usually meet with was not available. This person happened to be a much younger female. I was a little frustrated in talking with her because she didn't offer me any flexibility. She's following the rules, right? This is what the handbook says, and you're
Gotcha.
supposed to do XYZ. And I didn't agree with it, but I'm also a rule follower, so I made sure to, stick to the orders that she gave me. But then I had an appointment with my MIDI clinician, and then it made me realize that I should have advocated more for what my needs were. I should have.
Yeah.
And it's funny because the MIDI nurse practitioner had asked me if the provider I talked to was a baby.
Oh, it sounds like you have a great MIDI provider. I want to get into that when you're done with this.
I really like her, but she did. It's funny. She asked just the right questions, and we talked over what I was experiencing and why I had to come off of my hormone patch for a little bit.
Right.
And I really felt very much heard with my MIDI provider, and I'm so grateful that I am in touch with her.
Oh, that's so good. I might want her name. I had a super great experience with MIDI Health as well. And then my provider moved on, which is a normal thing to happen. And of course said, "Oh, meet with any of our MIDI colleagues. They're all fantastic." And generally speaking, I would recommend MIDI to anybody and everybody. I think they've been great for advocating for us as females as we're going through midlife. But I think I got a dud. My
Oh,
MIDI help, she's just, I don't know. Our personalities are not jiving, and I'm a little disappointed because I really liked the one I had. And like you, Sheila, I felt like she really listened to what I was experiencing and validated what I was experiencing and didn't, wasn't just following whatever the protocol was. Again, no disrespect to MIDI. I will say, I think they're great. I think what they're doing is great. I just didn't feel like this person, my second nurse practitioner, was just sort of like there. I said, "This is what I've been doing." And she said, "Okay, well, do you want to keep doing it?" And I was like, I don't know, should I? I
mm,
don't know. I haven't done this before. So I might want to know who you have been talking to and see if I can switch that up. Because also about a year ago, my general practice provider was not interested in considering that maybe my age and what I was going through was perimenopause, and she just blew me off. So that's why I ended up at MIDI Health.
right.
And that's also kind of disappointing. I would like to have one person to see for everything, but I guess if that's just not the way it's going to be, we're going to have, same as you, Sheila, two separate people. So I'm glad that you have somebody who is advocating for you. And do you feel like she's helping guide you, your MIDI health provider?
Very much so. And she is respectful that I see another office, right, in
Yeah,
person here
yeah.
locally, and wants me to continue to communicate with her, make sure that she's also copied in on whatever notes or tests my local provider is offering.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to mention as well that I have since had to see a specialist, a
Mm-hmm.
gynecologist. Although she is a baby, although she is a baby, she is
She's younger
so,
than you.
yes, ma'am, she is so informed and I really like her.
Oh,
Oh, that's
so
good.
doesn't it just make you feel good when you find a good doctor, no matter what it is, whether it's like at the urgent care or the primary care doctor? There is something, you guys know this. I've probably mentioned it, but I have a big heart for healthcare. I worked in healthcare for a really long time, and there are just some phenomenal providers out there who I think most people are. Every once in a while, you get somebody where you think, "Are you sure this is where you're supposed to be?"
Right.
Yep.
Um, but it makes me so sad. It kind of makes my heart sad when we talk about, we're trying to take care of ourselves and advocate for ourselves and go through the healthcare system, and we are relying and depending on people who have, made this their profession. And sometimes we're just missing. Either we're not asking the right questions, or it's not really something that they want to serve or something they may be very knowledgeable on. And so when I hear people, myself included, say they found somebody they really click with, I'm like, yes, that is what healthcare is supposed to be. So my public service announcement for myself and everybody is, if you're with a doctor that you don't really like, just find a new one. I guarantee you, mark my words, that they are so overworked and so busy. If that person doesn't jive with you, just find another one, because we only have this one life, and we don't want to go through it and not be well taken care of. I will get off my soapbox. That is my shtick about healthcare.
No, 100%. You want to be comfortable with who you speak with because this concerns your health. It really is your life here that you want to be able to manage with care. So
Agreed.
with that, how are you ladies doing?
Meh, medium.
I'm still in the beginning. I have to admit, I'm still in the beginning. I think I experienced a hot flash the other night, and I don't know if it was because I was layered up so much. And I am hitting my 3 o'clock mid morning wake ups all of a sudden again.
Oh yeah.
So I started caretaking my hormones after, last year's discussion with you two, doing some research and everything. And I've added advocated before, I do essential oils and trying to do everything natural. So last year there was a product line that came out specifically for our hormones, dedicated into three different areas: PMS, menopause, and perimenopause. I was taking it pretty regularly, and here recently I just kind of got off track. Everything with the holidays, this whole first of the year was just a big blur. And so I'm really trying to get myself back on track with a lot of things that I was doing previously. And that was one of them. I stopped drinking my morning routine. Well, did I throw myself off track? Was it really helping? At this point, I don't really know, other than I need to get back on it to see if it improves, because I was sleeping pretty good, not having to have those 3 o'clock wake ups. I think at one point I woke up this blur of a couple of days and I felt like I was just sweating away. And I remember, and I don't know if I was,
Welcome to the club, Rachel.
I don't
We're
know if it
happy
was
that
a
you're
reality or if I was dreaming, but I felt like going like on my
here.
neck. I was like, ew.
Yes. Yes.
But again, I don't remember because it was such a blur. That's my path right now. But yeah, I was like,
I
knocking
think
on the
that
door.
if you ask yourself, I wonder if this is perimenopause, the answer is yes. I think that that's just where it at. I went a whole year pretending like I wasn't having hot flashes and waking up at 3 a.m. I went a whole year like ignoring it, thinking I can power through this. If I don't acknowledge it,
It's not a reality.
um, and when I finally sat down with MIDI Health after I had other experiences where nobody told me something, maybe because it's early on, and I started some different hormones in addition to some vitamin supplements, that's what I loved about my MIDI Health provider, was she wasn't just eat a pill or don't eat a pill. She would say, this is what seems to work really well. Let's try this and go through it. Anywho, I mean, it was instant, Rachel. It was instant. I'm talking like within 7 to 10 days. No more waking up with hot flashes, no more 3 a.m. wake ups. I mean, just crazy. And now it's been probably about 6 months, and I think I need a little adjustment because I've gotten a little warm or hot a few times, and I have started to wake up again. But now I'm like, oh, we're not doing this. This is not going to become a thing. No, 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 no.
Been there, done
So
that.
I
We're going
think
to
that,
resolve it.
yes, we are going to take care of this. I will say that I am really on the struggle bus with my body image. That is really what kind of eats away at me right now. Maybe because some of the other things are kind of under control, but I want to eat better. I don't think I eat terrible, but I don't eat really great. And I want to move my body, but I cannot find the motivation. Like I have so much time. I have so much time in the morning. I have so much time when I get home. Like I have zero excuses. And I can't, I like almost physically can't do it. It is the weirdest thing. And it's really, really hard for me. I'm laughing about it, but it kind of weighs on me. It makes me kind of sad sometimes because I don't know it like something is keeping me from it and I don't know like is it like a hormonal imbalance like that is mentally like adjusting my thoughts? I don't know. I mean, you guys, I have every piece of equipment in my house, every piece of equipment in my garage. I have all the time in the world, all the freaking time in the world. I do all the cooking, which means I can buy all the food and make the healthy things. I just can't do it. Do either of you feel this way?
Ding,
I
ding.
I did I did for a little bit. I just wanted to ask you, are you just exhausted at the end of the day?
No, I'm just lazy. I like flop like a couch potato at the end of my day, and I'm like, oh, I'd rather watch something dumb on TV than I could go in my garage and turn the TV on and do an elliptical, but that's too much work.
I wish there was some magic word that we could tell you that would help, uh,
Hard.
but
No, I'll tell you
it's
what did it
super
for me.
hard.
It was a challenge because the hubby got into it. And I said, "Oh,
So,
you're gonna do this? Okay." So
Got into,
working out and starting to eat better and everything. So I think when we kind of circle back, what was that? What Thanksgiving we were all talking about, like, what are we going to do together as a couple? Well, this is kind of our thing that we found together to do as a
Mm,
couple. So we both have Apple Watches. We all have Apple Watches, but my daughter and I were doing the Apple Challenge. So like she
mm.
takes a walk, does a work. Okay, so it'll ding me. So we brought him in on that. And then he started outshining us. I was like, oh no. So for me, it was, oh, well, if you can do it, then I can do it. So maybe
Gotcha.
that's what it
Yeah.
is. We got to get you an Apple Watch. You and I are going to challenge. And then, yes.
And wake up
Yeah.
this competitive spirit in Dana.
Yes, we're going to compete. What you mean you will compete. And I believe it might just start a little fire under you.
Would that help
Yeah,
you, Dana?
it might. It might help me. I don't know what it is. And yet I've had these experiences with my parents. My mom in particular broke her ankle, and then she just told me about another thing that's happened to her knee. And every time that happens, and this has just been in like a short 3 month time, and then after that, I'll talk to my husband and I'll get all emotional and I'll say, I don't want to be that way. I want to be healthy, but I can't motivate myself. And it's just this big dramatic conversation. And my husband is like, well, just do it. Just invite your friends. You and Sheila and Rachel should just work out together every night. And I'm like, I know, but there has to be flexibility too. Like there's accountability, but also real life flexibility. And so I think I'm just trying to find out. I need to figure out, almost like what you said, Rachel, how to rework that into my daily routine now that I don't have school and I don't have a kid at home. And there's always a season for everything. And this is my struggle bus right now.
I'm still working through this shift in my attitude as a mom. And now we have to make special consideration for ourselves. Like, yes, we hold those roles as a mom, as a wife, right? As a sister. I'm finding it easier nowadays to pay attention to myself first. And sure, there's some sort of flexibility that goes with that. But what works for me is that I have a daily routine. And so if that involves exercise, then I tell myself I need to do it every day. Or if it's reading a book, I need to do it every day because my mind starts wandering and I get distracted so quickly.
Yeah.
But if you need a buddy or if you just need to talk it out with somebody, I mean, that's what we're here for.
Oh,
And
thank you. I
if
hope I'm
right
not the
now is no, I don't think you're the
Just
only
got a
one.
ring. Just for sitting
I
on my
have a
butt.
Fitbit. I know I have a Fitbit. It tells me does all the same things.
Right.
Do
I
you
just
get
can't
the little
connect it.
messages? I get the little messages, and then I translate. That's not what it really means. Get off
Yeah.
your.
Um,
I don't know. Do we need to text each other? Get off your ass.
did you see this year's commercial? My favorite one was like a couple years ago. So a couple years ago, Fitbit had a commercial where a guy was jogging down the street and he jogged like 3 houses and then looked at his Fitbit, and then turned around and went home. Like he was just trying to get his steps in. And then guilty, guilty. I think this
Oh,
year's
I've
was
done that plenty of times.
I think this year's was an Apple Watch, right? Where like a person's running and the couch is following them or something. That's me, 100%.
So then you also need a goal because last year, remember, my goal was I was going to do a 5K, and by golly, I made sure I did that 5K. So this year's goal for myself is I really want to get into like toned shape because I
Hmm.
feel like I'm
Yeah,
losing muscle. So I want to make sure that I hit that. So you have to have a goal, Dana. What's your goal? Think
I
about
don't
it.
know. I'm gonna have to think
Yeah,
about it.
there's got to be something there to motivate. I'm trying to motivate you, dang it.
I'm not gonna commit here because if I flake out,
Well, we want to make you. We're gonna hold you
oh, I
accountable,
hear
and
what you're saying. And in fact, my husband has said that. He's like, why don't you get the girls together and you guys can come and work out, 2 or 3 nights a week here, and you guys can just do strength training together. I do think, I'm not trying to make an excuse, but I really truly do wonder if as our hormones shift, that sometimes it changes like our emotional state and how we think of things as well. Like it's not just I'm having a hot flash or I'm awake at night. Like I kind of wonder that. And I'm not, speaking of what you say, Sheila, I think because I'm not comfortable with my doctors right now, I'm not comfortable being that vulnerable in an appointment and saying that, which is so dumb. Because if you guys told me that, I'd be like, well, I guess we're going together and this is what we're gonna do.
That's totally fair.
I tried, I can't remember where you guys were at on this, but I didn't do it for very long, but I did try a GLP-1. I was not impressed, and I think that the reason again was that my provider what I don't think she was managing it very well. And then my car got totaled, and then I had to have the car payment, and I was like, car payment or medicine, car payment or medicine, car payment one. I just wonder if there's just some other options, some things I could explore, but I want to be able to explore them with a professional who can kind of walk me through it because that's an expensive investment. And I don't mind investing in myself, but I want to see the results. I am in control of what I put in my face and if I move my body. I understand that. But I wasn't really super impressed with the way that the GLP-1 I was using was interacting. So I just stopped using it. I was like, meh, I don't think it was worth it. Maybe if I get in a better headspace, I might go back to that. But I don't know. To me, it definitely stopped, cut my appetite down, but it didn't change what I wanted to eat. Like, I might not eat all day, but I still would want to eat like fast food, or I'd still want to eat like four cookies after dinner. It just kind of
Yeah.
made you not hungry during the day. And I just don't think I'm at a place where that's probably the healthiest for me because in my mind, I want to change. I want to think about putting healthier options more often than not. And I don't think I'm at that place yet.
You'll find your way. So I
Hmm.
would not discount what you're feeling. And I just hope that you continue to seek support from us. And for our listeners, we hope that you can find support in your circle of people or find a clinician who can support you. Because no matter
Absolutely.
how you're feeling, there's got to be something out there that's going to work for you.
Definitely takes a village. And knowing that other people are experiencing similar things, or if other people are just on a struggle bus, maybe the symptoms are completely different. For me, I mean, that helps. I have you guys all the time, every day, which is fantastic. And I hope that out there in the community, other people do. But if you don't, just know it's for real. When you wake up at 3 a.m., that's not normal. It's just not normal.
Certainly. Get the help that you all need. Get the support that you all need.
Well, I'm in a trial basis right now with a GLP-1, also through my oils line. So it's not like I have the magic pill, Dana. I don't know,
Mm.
but you're right. I mean, it doesn't. To me, it's just supposed to be an additional something to what I was already doing, eating the healthy meals. I was already on a 5-1 plan, so 5 small meals, probably less than 100 calories or around 100 calories for those five, and then you have your lean and green. So I've been trying to stick to that. I know last summer kind of fell off the bus a little bit. I know over break, I definitely fell off the bus. Trying to get back to that along with trying to see if this GLP-1 is going to even affect me any. Right now, I mean, within a couple of days, I did see the difference of, the cravings went down. My energy did kind of boost up a bit because around that 2:30, 3 o'clock time frame, I was hitting that slug again. Ugh,
Yep.
sucks. I haven't hit that, which has been good. I actually find myself going back to bed at a decent time. I'm not up 11. It's kind of pushing it now. There for a while, I was up till midnight, 12:30.
Hmm.
Okay. And then waking up better, not sluggish again. So it may be doing something. It's just too early for me to tell. So I've got,
Yeah.
another 7 weeks to try to see if it's actually going to do any turnaround for the goal that I've set for myself. So I'll keep you posted on that. But again, I don't think it's a magic pill because it also just tells you should continue to do, put the nutrients in your body. This is
Hmm.
it's basically reteaching your gut hormones and how to all of that functions. And remember, everything kind of functions off of your gut. So I think for
Right.
me, it's clean the gut, take care of your gut. Everything else seems to kind of fall in place. I'm at the very beginning stages of these hormones, so it's
I
hard for me
really
to
appreciate
gauge.
Yeah, I appreciate that we can talk about these things because it can be uncomfortable for some people. We all have different struggles and, we don't know what each other has been through. And so I really appreciate and respect what you guys have shared. And I hope that we can touch base again because this is a part of life. And if there's any way that we can encourage or support any of our listeners or anybody out there in community. That really is our goal. We might laugh a lot and make fun of ourselves, but I know that we really do care and we really do care for each other
And I
in
think there
in
are
whatever.
many people who can relate to what we're going through right now, all three of our stages. So
That's right. I mean, our goal was really to build this community of support for one another. So I hope that we can continue to provide what we can for our listeners and for each other.
with that, let's peace.